Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. And if you are new, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how I created this everyday look using very affordable products. So grab your glass of wine or a cup of coffee and let's just hop right into it. Right? Oh my gosh. We do look a lot different without our makeup. I never realized how different I did look until I started editing my own videos. And let me just tell you, it was pretty shocking to go from when I had my makeup to like straight into no makeup. And I never noticed it before. Well, of course I noticed it, but when you see it that way, it is completely different and shocking. So yes, we all look a little strange without our makeup, but that is the beauty of makeup. You know, we can create and look and be whatever we want to be with when we put on our new face. So yeah, today we're going to do a everyday look. So yeah, so something you can wear to work, go to the grocery store, since that's our big outings nowadays. And yeah, but I just wanted to do something that is that anybody could wear. And the great thing about with this look is you can make it as bold. You can change it up. You can go from this day look into night look by just throwing a different thing. So it's, you know, I'm just going to give you something to go by and then you can fancy it up or do it down however you like. Yeah, so let's get into it. And today, you know, I just wanted to show, you know, also that doing these everyday looks can be very inexpensive, you know, so everything I'm going to use today is truly affordable. You can get it from the drugstore. Yeah, so, but these little bite-size elf things, you know, they come in so many different shades. They're $3. Great colors, different ranges. And, you know, if you go traveling, they're perfect. Great formula. I mean, they are really good quality shadows. And the two, I'm just going to use these two today. Basically going to be using this mixed with this and a couple of the shimmers. Only if you want to use the shimmers. I'm going to start it first where you won't need the shimmers. You can go from that, but I always have to have a little sparkle. So of course I'm going to do that. And also to show you a different look with that. So yeah, let's get into that part. And also I do want to comment, I am trying to be more attentive, or I just got to realize that not everybody knows what these products are and what they do. And I think I just took for granted that everybody does, that everybody knew what everything is here. So I'm going to try to be more sensitive to that. For those who are new to makeup, welcome. Awesome. I'm so excited for you. And, you know, some of us have maybe gotten away from makeup for many years and just now wanting to get back into it. Don't even know what's out there anymore. So yes, that being said, welcome to my channel. My name's Laura. And I am here. I do beauty, skincare, fashion, and sometimes a little craft or two. But yes, I would love for you to stay around, hit the subscribe and notification button. And yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, of course, I'm going to start with my eyes. I do like starting with my eyes. And the reason why I do that is a lot of times shadows do have fallout. So if you've already put on all your face makeup, you're going to have fallout on all over your face, and it's just a mess. So I just tend to love to start with my eyes first. Okay, I'm going to be using the, what is this? Profusion. It's an eye primer, and you can get this right at Walmart, or if your Walmart doesn't carry it, you can go on their website. And the reason why I put on a primer is it does help the eyeshadow stick and stay on longer. You know, it helps with creasing. It helps just make your eyeshadows pop. So that's why I do use a eye primer. But yeah, you'll find that your shadows will become more bold or more color. You know, you'll get more out of your shadow by using a eye primer. Sometimes you can powder them, like with the powder, if you feel in the beginning it's just too tacky for you and you just don't like it and it's not shadows aren't moving around, then try putting a powder on it. That might help. Okay, I'm going to go into both of these palettes. And this one is Truffles. And this one is called Cream and Sugar. So that's what they look like. And what I'm going to do, and I'm even going to try to use all affordable brushes. And if you don't have a brush set, please do so, because it will help tremendously. And e.l.f. makes great, honestly, great brushes, very affordable. You can find whole, like a whole kit on Amazon, very affordable. So invest in a little brush set. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix these two together to come up with my perfect transition shade. And I'm just dipped into both of them. I'm going to just tap off the excess. And I'm going to start, and like I said, this is just an everyday look. So I'm not going to want to be real precise, or I'm not looking for any precision here. I am just going to throw on a nice everyday look. And I'm just going back and forth like a windshield wipe, and just going up in here, and I'm going to bring a little bit down on my lid. So I'm just going to go with this very light shade here, and I'm just going to go a little bit on my lid right here, and then I'm just going to bring it up close to my brow bone, and this will all kind of mix in together anyway. And now I'm just going to take all that excess off my brush using this little handy dandy color swipe here, or switcher. And so now I have a perfectly clean brush, and I'm just going to blend it nicely, just so it does look clean. We don't want to just blob of color here. So yeah, so that's what it looks like here. And I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Okay, so now I'm just going in and evening things up. So that's all we're going to do at this point with the eyes. And now with that lighter shade, and again, just kind of, clean around the edges. And again, if you want to, you can make it a little bit more deeper here. It's all preference. It's just, this was just an everyday look. So you can just stop right here, and with the eyeshadow, you can add the shimmers that are in here. And there are these two little shades here. And I'm going to add the shimmer just so you can see the difference between just this and what the shimmers can do. So I'm going to go in with this more like, I don't know, it would be like more goldy beige. I'm just going to put it on the outer half of this eye. And then I'm going to take the little champagne colored here that looks like that. Boy, my camera is not wanting to focus. There we go. And I'm going to go in on my inner corner. So, and then I'm going to go back and just kind of blend the two together so it doesn't look so choppy. And you might have to add a little bit more, just, on your preference of how much bling you want, So yeah, I mean, I do this at my everyday look, when I go to work or anything. I'm a shimmery girl, I like it. I'm a little extra. I like it a little over the top. Okay, so what did I do with my e.l.f. brush? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. How could I lose that? Oh, here it is. And now I'm just going to go over the top of the glitter just to kind of blend it in with everything, just so it's not so choppy. So this is what we look like with that. Okay, so now we are done with both eyes on that part. Now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to be using these two for here. And I'm actually going to do a liner with these shadows, and I'll show you how. I'm going to take this one here. It's a very flat looking brush, and I'm going to spray it with some You can spray it with water, setting spray, whatever. I'm going to use setting spray because that's what I have available. And I'm going to spray my brush. So I wanted to get the tip of it, so spray, make sure you get the tip of it. And I'm going to go in with the cream and sugar, and I'm going to use that shade right here, the very deep shade. And I'm going to use put in the wet brush in that shade. And what I'm going to do is I got to pull my eye taut. And I have to do this because I do have mature hooded eyes. And I just have a hard time doing it. I can do it that way, but it's not going to look right. It's not going to look pretty. So I'm going to go in and go very close to my lash line with that color. And see, so you don't even have to have eyeliner. You can pretty much do everything with eyeshadows here. And now what I'm going to do with this little one, and the reason why I want to use this one is I want to wing it out a little bit. So that other one is a little harder to try to wing it out a little bit. So I wanted a little bit more precise brush here. And I'm going to do the same with the other eye. Okay, so there we are. Now I got it all lined. So we're done with this for now, but we will be coming back to those. And I do not have some fallout. I do not at all. So that's good. Okay, so now we're going to move into the complexion. And I'm going to be using, and I use this a lot, is the e.l.f. putty. And it looks like this. And the reason why I use this is I have pores. And what it does is it fills in the pores. I don't know if you guys have seen that commercial, but they have like an orange. Think of it that way, like an orange. And they put this putty over it. And it fills in not all of them, but it fills in nicely those, the crevices. So that's what this does. It like puts a little, covers those pores that you have. So it just makes a more clean canvas. So when you go put on your foundation, it is nice, it's a nice, fills in those gaps. It also helps with oil control throughout the day. And that's where I do produce all my oils, is in my nose. So I am not shy there. I go crazy and I put a lot there. And I'm going to go in now. This is also by e.l.f. I'm an e.l.f. junkie because they make great products for very, very low price. And this is their jelly pop. And they say this is also a very close dupe to a Milk product. It's called Milk. It's a brand, but it's a lot more expensive. So I put about, that much on it. And I'm going to go blend this all in my face. I'm going to put it up on my forehead. You see how it has like a little sticky, which is good because it's going to make your foundation adhere to your face very nicely, and it's going to help it stay throughout the day. So I believe in primers. I think they're needed. Some people don't, but I certainly am a believer in primers and setting sprays. Must-haves for me. And I'm thinking if you ever used them, you will see it for you. Okay, so I'm actually going to use Wet n Wild. Very affordable. I have a couple shades here because I'm going through a transition shade myself because I have a little bit of tan still. My face is very light, but as you can see, my tan's fading from summer. So I got to mix a little bit. And the good thing anyway is one is a dewy and one is a matte. And the two together make a great formula. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to use, this one is soft beige. And this one is, so the dewy one, is this a dewy? Yeah, the dewy one is soft beige. And then the matte one is cream beige. So I'm just going to create a color or a shade Let's see what happens. So this is the lighter shade. So I'm going with the darker shade. Oh my word, did you see? I went flying everywhere on the outer. A lot of it gets soaked up in these brushes, and I also use a damp sponge here. And so when you get these sponges, you want to wet them, and then I kind of wring it out in a towel because I don't like them soaking wet. And then I also spray I use brush and a sponge. I spray my brushes with like any kind of, this is like this is coconut and argan oil by e.l.f. It's like just a setting mist. I don't use it as a setting spray. I just use it for this basically. And now I'm just going to go in and I do the outside of my face first. And then I work my way in. And I bring it down my neck because you want things to blend and look nice, you know, just in case the shade is off a bit. If you bring it down your neck, it's not noticeable. Foundation, I've worn it before. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not, you know, the best, you know, but it's, you know, so cheap and affordable, but it's really not bad. I mean, I do wear it a lot. Especially, you know, like when you're going to work, when you really don't care, we're wearing masks, use it a lot and no worries, you know, where if you spent like $40 on a foundation and all you're doing is rubbing it off on a mask all day, you know. And now I go in with my sponge. And what I do here is I just kind of pick up any excess and it kind of spreads it all around. And it also helps if there's any lines from the brush. And it also helps make it just soak into your skin. And I am not a gentle person when I do this. I'm just kind of, you know, pouncing it into my skin because I do want it to be I don't want it looking cakey and make it try to look as natural as possible. So I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to go in no, I'm not going to do it. Because what I'm going to do is something here with the concealer. And this is also by e.l.f. And this is their Hydrating Camo Concealer. And this one is in my handy dandy light beige. Yes, my handy dandy monocle. Things saved my life. And I like to go outside right there. And I go here. A little bit here. And I'm just going to put a little bit here. Because I was going to add more foundation there, but I decided not to. I'm just going to use concealer. And then I'm going to add a little bit here. Again, I'm spraying. I spray everything. You know, and this is the e.l.f. little, it's actually for concealer. And I'm just going to go here. Now, again, you know, this is an everyday look. This is everyday look to me. You've seen my complexion, and I mean, it's not bad. I will say it's not bad. I've been doing a lot of skincare, but it's still uneven. You know, I have a lot of discoloration, and you girls are so lucky that you do have YouTubes and stuff like that, because we were not educated on what the effects of sun was going to do to our skin. You guys are very fortunate that you have this kind of stuff for you, because, you know, you will know that the sun is bad for your skin and a lot of things we do. And so now I'm paying the price and I have to wear makeup. Some people have beautiful skin and they can just walk out the house and look absolutely gorgeous. I do need assistance, and I take it and I like the makeup, you know, so it's fun for me. But no, you do not have to put on all of this. Okay, so now that's all done. I got everything pretty much blended in, I hope. Let me turn it over my mirror. Let me just see. I do have a 10 times mirror. I think they are great. I think they're a good investment. Yeah, I think you know, if you need it, you should get it, especially if you have a hard time seeing things. And also, you know, like to me, that just looked fine. But when I looked into this mirror, there were parts that actually needed a lot more blending. So I have a blender. So now we're going to move on. I'm going to use, I use it a lot, and it's the number 7. And this is a Lift Illuminate Translucent Powder. It's very finely milled, which means that it's a very light powder. And that's what you want under your eyes. You don't want a heavy powder. And I do like to set under my eyes. When you do set it, it does help with your, you know, if you wear eyeliners or anything like that, or mascaras, it just helps for that not to come down and you look like Alice Cooper, you know. So that's why I set under my eyes, and I do very light. And now we're going to powder the face, and I like using the CoverGirl Clean and Fresh. And then I use this kind of sponge here. It has like little fur on it. And then what I do with this powder here, I just go on the outsides here, and it kind of does lighten things up. I do like the center of my face light. And then, you know, we can make the outside darker because we want our good features coming forward. Or I don't know about good features, but you want those features to come forward is what I'm told. So I obey. So now I'm just going in, you know, just in here too. I'm just setting it because this foundation does have a little, still kind of drying down. So I am just putting it a little bit around here. Now I will say I love this powder. This powder is amazing. It really, as you can see here, it kind of blurred that all out. So okay, so now I like to do in the rest of my face with, it's called e.l.f. Hard Glow Setting Powder. Like a glow to it. So it's not glitter. I don't know how to explain it. It's so hard to explain. I don't know. It's magic powder. How about that? It's magic fairy dust powder because it is very nice, and it will add. I have a lot of stuff going on here. It just adds a nice glow. So I just put that all over, you know, my face, except I do not put it in my T-zone only because I don't want a lot of shine here. So I leave my nose out of it. I'm gonna move into bronzer, and I'm gonna use my favorite Real Techniques brush for my bronzer. And that looks like that. And I'm going in with the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. And this is just really nice too. It's a nice shade, and this shade is sun bronze. So, but they have other shades too. So, and I may have to get a different shade as my face will continue to lighten throughout the winter. And here, using the heaviest product where I'm trying to hide, you know, I'm trying to create shadowing to make it look like I have cheekbones. And then I'm going to go up around, you know, the forehead. And then I put a little bit under my chin. The good thing, I think you should own a bronzer. Yes, I do. And any bronzer, because you can also use it as an eyeshadow. So, you know, I mean, these bronzers are, you know, they create some color back in your life. They create so many things, you know, like I won't look so ghostly. So it creates like a little tan. And you, like I said, you can use it as an eyeshadow, like your transition shade. I could have done that today, you know, and then you could add just a little shimmer out the door. You're good. So yeah. Okay, for blush, I'm going to use, it's called Profusion. Again, you can get that brand from Walmart. And this one is the Blush 3. So it has like peachy shades in it, and yeah, a bunch of different shades. And what I like to do is, I think I'm just going to mix them all together. And then today I'm going to look down a little bit, kind of make it go lift up. And if I look down and do that, it seems like I get a better idea. I went a little crazy there. Let me show you a trick when this happens. I put too much on, so I'm going to go back with my little damp brush that has the foundation, And I'm just going to go around the edges and just soften that up. Okay. So it just kind of calmed it down. And again, you know, if it's too much still, you can kind of even go in with some powder. It's, you know, it'll be fine. So, okay, so now we got all that on. Now I need to go back to my eye because I want to put something under here. And I'm going to go back to the shades that we were using. And this is the e.l.f. And this is actually e.l.f.'s concealer brush, but I like to use it under the eye. And I'm actually going to go only in with these colors. I'm going to go in with this shade here. And I'm just going to pick a little bit up, tap off my brush, and I'm going to go on my lower lash line. And I'm going to do that on the other side. Okay. So, and then you can take as much as you want, you know, like a lot of people will really smoke this out. Going in now with that more deeper shade. And I'm just going to go on the outer corner here up until probably like right there, right to my eye. So, and then you can kind of connect your little wing here. Go there and do the same thing on this side. And there we go. So now we're done with the eyes. We are going to put on, I'm going to use this here. It is the Maybelline Super Stay Ink Crayon. And it is in the shade Trust Your Gut. And it looks like this. These stay on, you know, long. They're nice and creamy. It's a more, I don't know if it's matte. It's like a silky matte, if there's such a thing. But it's definitely not matte. And it's not drying. You know, it's not, they're nice. They're actually very nice. And they do hold the color for some time. And I'm just going to go over the top of it with this Milani. And this one is in Champagne. And it looks like this. And there. So then we got all that done. I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera. Okay, so I'm back. And I did my eyebrows. And I used the e.l.f. one. Oh, checking. It's just an e.l.f. eye pencil. Set my face with the setting spray first before putting on my mascara. And today I'm using the Wet n Wild Fini Naturel. And setting spray, like I told you, I think it's very, very important. A little bit. I just feel like it kind of melts everything together. My bougie fan. Love my little fan. Helps with so many things. That's my setting spray. Helps with my hot flashes. And then I just take my blender here and I just kind of press everything in the skin again. So everything looks nice and meshed. Okay, so now I'm going to put on my mascara and I use a eyelash curler. This is optional. It's up to you too. It does help, you know, keep your eyelashes up. And I do use a lot the Essence, and this is the Lash Princess, and it's the fake lash one. There's many, they make tons of these, tons of different mascaras. I think they're basically known for their mascaras. You know, it stays on all day. It doesn't flake and smear and carry on like some can. Okay, so those are done. And this is optional too. You can also go under, you know, you do your lower lashes. And now if you're going to do that, I'm also using, the Essence. But this one is waterproof. And I do like using waterproof on my lower lashes only because my eyes do water a lot. And there is less smearing if there was going to be. So this is optional. You know, a lot of times I don't even bother with my lower lashes. You know, it does change the look slightly. And here's another optional thing for you too at this point. If you, let's say you were working, now you come home, you just kind of freshen up and you want to go out and all the fun things we can do now. But now you're going to go out, meet some friends for a couple drinks, cocktails, or whatever you do. And now you can decide if you want to put on a little bling, and you can put on a highlighter. And so I just want to show you how things can kind of just change just from slight little differences. And I'm going to use the e.l.f. and this is the shimmering highlight. And I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild highlighting brush. And it looks like this. Whatever brush you have should work, you know. You just put a little bit and here we go. See how that's blinging up? You do that. And you're just trying to put it on where natural light would hit you. You know, so like if you're in a mirror, try to find like where the light's hitting and just put it there. And then you can also add a little bit of that in your inner corner. And you can do that even during the day. It just adds a little bit of nice light in that area. So that's it. That is our final look. And let's see. So here's the eyeshadow. And again, you do not have to use glitter if you don't want to. I'm just, like I said, I like a little pizzazz. Okay, so here, yeah, here's the final look. I took my hair down and you guys can see. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you come back. Again, if you would, please subscribe and hit that notification button. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much. Bye. Mwah.